car, jumping straight into our 2.5 RS again. In the last couple videos, it's been a lot of body work, painting the chassis, getting the wide body on here, getting an interior somewhat sorted. We now have an STI carpet in there, some other seals and panels on the car. So ideally, I'm still trying to avoid doing body work right now, which I might not be able to avoid that entirely in this video, but what I want to kind of focus on with this thing is trying to get as much of the stuff that I have on the back rack back on the car. That's going to be door seals, window moldings, things like that. Now, if you watched the RX-7 series, the RX-7 is actually older than this is. This is a 98, the RX-7 was a 93. I could still buy all of that stuff brand new for the RX-7. You can't with these, which kind of sucks, and it limits us for what we can actually replace. So some of the stuff I pulled off the car originally is going to have to go back on this, which in my opinion kind of sucks because I really wanted to replace every single seal, trim piece, molding piece, all of that, but at the end of the day, trying to find any body components for Coupes is insanely difficult. Some of the parts that we have to reuse, unfortunately, are these. Now, I say unfortunately because there's nothing wrong with these parts, they're just not perfect, if that makes sense. These coupe seals for these window moldings, actually impossible to find. I'm actively searching for a second set of these because I want to reach out to some seal manufacturers and see if I can't get some new ones made, maybe do a batch run or a group run for everyone, because these are just impossible. They're actually impossible to track down and get. And it's not like you can just buy a general seal and toss it in there. They are shaped to the shape of the moldings, and they have all these fancy spots that clip in to make sure that all of the crap stays out of the car. Same with these coupe window molds. If I could repaint these or if I could do anything like that to clean them up any more than I already have, I would. But these have like a vinyl trim added onto the metal pieces. So we're gonna clean this stuff up as much as we can. We're gonna put these in a bucket with some warm soapy water, get them as clean as possible, try to shine them up a little bit and get them back on the car. Technically, these did seal when they were originally on the car. They're just obviously not in the best shape. And it does suck too, because like some of this stuff, dude, you can't find parts for some of these older cars anymore. Dunk the seals, I guess. I'm just using car wash soap, so it's not like anything that'll harm the seal, but some hot water is probably way better to use than cold. They do clean up kind of nice, I guess. I feel like the best time to build this generation of car was honestly a couple of years ago. That's not gonna stop us. I'll do everything in my power to get every part that we need or that we can find, but it just seems like parts availability a couple of years ago when they still manufactured some of this stuff is probably the best time. But if you have like seals that are totally ripped and torn though, dude, you're screwed. Like there's nothing you can do. Like I can't find these on the internet anywhere. I can't find them on forums. If it's not me, someone needs to remanufacture these, because as soon as I find a second set, I'm sending them out to remanufacture. I would use these seals, but God forbid they get lost in the mail or something and then I'm completely screwed, you know? I should probably be buying more body components because that's kind of our focus right now, but all the money that I've been allocating towards the car has been spent on engine stuff, so that way we can have an engine, like build the full long block. I'm talking everything like brand new coil packs, all that stuff. And that's honestly, in my opinion, probably way more expensive. Much necessary, many needs, but also quite expensive. I bet you old Subaru, and when I say old Subaru, I mean like early 2000s Subaru, if they were still the same company today that they were then, I guarantee you they would make a legacy program to bring back a lot of these old parts. At least the hard to find ones like Nissan did with the Skylines and whatnot. Man, why didn't you guys tell me to build one of these sooner? I was able to get new freaking roof moldings, but I can't get these trims. That just seems silly. This side still needs a clip, but that's okay. But the passenger side's really not in bad shape compared to the driver's side. The driver's side is definitely worse. But I think what I might try to do is, I don't know if they ever made rain guards for this chassis, but typically the rain guard would clip into the weather seal. And if that's the case, if I can get a set, that would, I mean, yes, it sucks to like hide things that aren't perfect, but it would hide this stuff. I mean, they don't look that bad. The passenger side is honestly way better than the driver's side for both the seal and the trim piece. On the driver's side, I don't think somebody tried to break in the car, but it looks like somebody stuck something down through here to try to pry it up and get in. So I think maybe the best bet is just run these until we can find a better set. Maybe try to find some Coupe rain guards if they ever made them. That's gonna be a long rain guard though. I was gonna start just tossing more stuff on, but I think we're actually gonna go to the junkyard instead, and I'm gonna see if I can find some of the stuff I need. On some of the Imprezas, they came with a trunk release latch that also did the fuel door. If I can get the fuel door and the trunk release latch, that would be awesome. As well, I guess I would need the cable too. It's not raining today, so it's rather nice out. It's a little cold, but let's go make a trip over to the junkyard, see what we can find. All right, we are looking for row 21. I see 834. I'm guessing it's gonna be like back here somewhere. It's an Impreza wagon. Isn't it weird that all of these used to be brand new cars? Yeah, we'll just cut through on the side of the gigantic lake. Like all of these used to be brand new cars at one point. Oh, I guess that's a smarter option. That's fine. I'll dance around the lake. So 21 Impreza. Here we go. We'll see what we can find on this. I need gloves first. You want gloves?
Am I helping?
Why not? You're here. You're here. Why not? Glove. Glove. You know what they say, right? No glove, no love. If you want to start taking off these windshield wipers and whatnot, we're gonna get this cowl off, and there's some clips underneath the cowl that we need. These bolts. So in there, I grabbed a whole bunch of sockets, like the general Subaru size sockets. So you're gonna take these off, and then you're gonna bend the arm down, and it should pop off. While you're doing that, I'm gonna take a peek around and see if I can find any of the interior stuff that we might need. I was trying to be careful not to door ding the door next to it, but I guess it's a junkyard, so. I wish that these were the same as our car, but they're not. No! It doesn't have the fuel door that pops out.
Should I attach this again? No.
You can. It's nice for people at the junkyard if you put them on there, because then if they need to come and like get like that screw, it's there. You don't have to tighten it down, just like hand tighten it. I believe these are the same for this car as for ours. No? I'll come grab it. I'm just gonna grab all of these. That one's not coming off.
Oh my gosh.
It just came off. Come on. There it is. Now we need to get this off. Which I think it just pulls off if I remember. I need the receiving clips. I need those. Yeah, this should just pull up. So I need the receiving clips. These. How'd you just get that out so easy?
Broken.
No, that one's broken. No, there's vents under the rear bumper right here that let airflow in and out, and ours are totally demolished, so. Oh my god, dude, the whole chassis is just rust right here. I guess. That's better than nothing, right? This poor thing is so rotted out. I can stab a hole in it. See how it's all rotted?
Yeah.
There's no point in pulling the other side. You can let go of this. Dang! That sucks. I crawled on the ground in poop water for nothing.
Yeah, but you didn't know until you knew, right?
It's true. I would say this is still like a new-ish car. I don't know. That's like a newer Mini Cooper though. Too much. I mean, engine bay wise, for the most part, it's same. I need a better conditioned relay box cover, but that one still looks like butt. Oh, the dashes are the same.
I like the seats.
You like these?
Yeah, it's like tweed.
Tweed? They feel like tweed. Okay, so the dash is the same as ours, which that's a plus, but I don't see any. What year is this Forester? This one's row 24, it said 2001. So 98 to 01 should for the most part all be same. There's a couple Subarus in this row. The old, I think that's a Civic or an Accord.
I had an 88 Accord.
We got Forester, Outback, Outback, Outback. So guess we'll take a look. Wow, someone came in here, robbed that engine real.
What?
Power steering pump.
Do you need it?
I need a power steering pump for our car, and I'm really hesitant to spend $600 on a new one. I need that bracket at minimum. I need that power steering pump bracket. This poor Forester.
Probably wasn't smart.
That probably wasn't the smartest idea. There's another one of this generation right there. Another Outback. Well, this one still has the engine in it. Someone who pulls off the timing? Who takes the timing off at a junkyard? Why? Why are these covers always missing? Was not. That's like a brand new alternator. I want that. It's like a brand new freaking alternator. It's an old cop car. I was really hoping they might have an Impreza coupe hiding somewhere, just not listed. That wouldn't make sense for Pick and Pull to do that though. To be honest, I don't think we're gonna find any more Imprezas of our generation, so I think we'll just take the clips that we got, the door sensors, and jet. That thing is fucked. That thing is like super crispy. We're gonna go check out, get out of here. We'll take all this stuff over to the shop tomorrow. We can at least get the windshield cowl permanently installed, get the door sensors in. I was really hoping that the rear vents from that 93 Impreza would have fit, but those one, I mean, they probably would have fit, but they were just as rusty as the ones we have. So, maybe just hit them with some rust reformer and toss them. I don't want to say that going to the junkyard was a complete waste, but it kind of felt that way. I was really hoping at least on that, it was a 97 Impreza wagon, that it at least had more. I was really hoping I could at least score these vents that aren't super crusty like ours are, but I think I can just hit these with rust reformer. Seems like you can't buy anything new for this, which is the problem. So, I mean, you can't buy, there's most of the stuff you can't buy new. So, you know, I was at least able to secure the other half of the clips I needed and a fuse box cover for the car. So we're gonna get the hood cowl in permanently. I also was able to score this on eBay and airbag delete. Now these only came on left-hand drive European cars as an option, and what that does is it removes the airbag. So we don't have the SRS module, we don't have any of that in here anymore, so it's just kind of wasted space in the dash. So if we can repurpose that, we're going to. And now that we have that, actually we can get the dash in permanently, which we're going to be doing, because once the dash goes in permanently, we can actually start putting in some of these other trim panels and whatnot, HVAC, stuff like that. It actually surprised me how many of you guys said you don't have junkyards near you. That threw me off. So I literally only needed the inserts for 2 holes, which is wild, but we got it. This stuff's just like becoming super hard to find and come by now, but we can at least find some of this stuff. It's still a win, I guess, for us. So let me see if I can kind of line that guy there. That guy there. This one also doesn't look like it wanted to go in. There we go. All of the windshield cowl clips are in, and Cal's actually in now, which is sweet. These are the stops for the windshield wipers, so dope. That looks good, fully seated and fully in, especially with a new seal. For what we can get, we'll take our new seals. This airbag assembly is gonna have to come out, which I see a screw. I see 4 screws and it looks like it should come out. I might have to move some of these vents out of the way, which honestly might be a bit annoying. But these 4 screws should come out and then the new one should be able to go in. Oh! Okay, so this is the bracket. Airbag bracket. Oh, there's just some clips. Okay, so this is our airbag out. Now this dash wants to fall. Do not fall. Brother, ew. Our new piece looks like it should just kind of set in here somehow. For the most part, yeah, just like that. Don't fall out. So now, that's dope. This was only on European model cars. Whole extra glove box. Is that not sick? These are hard to come by. I found there's one more on eBay right now, I think for $550. I bought this one for 400 bucks, but that's so dope, dude. Instead of having an airbag that's not gonna do anything, we at least have another cubby here, so it'll be nice because we got a cubby here, here, and a glove box. So it's almost like we have 3 glove boxes. And since I'm running a digital display, I don't need to put gauges all over the dash either, so it really gives the dash like a nice, clean OEM look. I have decided this dash is in really good shape, so we are not going to flock it, we're not going to wrap it, we're going to keep it like this. I don't think that looks bad at all. So with this, I want to just toss this right back in, but we have a little bit of wiring that we got to do in here first. So I'm going to run, I don't know if I'm going to run them yet because I can do that technically after the fact, but there's some grounds and some other connections behind the dash that go in here that I would like to get sorted now because it's gonna be way easier to do it with the dash out. Once those are all plugged in, they all have their home, dash will go in permanently. We can actually bolt it in, bolt it down. We might be able to toss on some of the trim panels too. My goal right now is to just get as much of the interior put back together as I can, mainly because I'm trying to avoid sanding and I just don't want to do that right now. So let me go through here. Let's figure out where some wires go and kind of finish putting everything where it needs to be. Dash will go in permanently and then we'll start putting some of the trim in. There's a whole lot of cubbies in here. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do with all of these. I am curious if this is big enough to put our Haltech R3 in. I don't think that it is, actually. I can find out right now, hang on. Technically it sits in there, but it's right up against it. If this was a little bit deeper, that would totally fit in there. So that sucks. We're still gonna have to find a home for that. But we have got this cubby. We've got that cubby. We've got this cubby. There's a second cup holder in there, which is pretty dope. I think this just flips up or something. I don't know. That might be broken. I might have to try to find a new one for that. But because we still have the glove box that has to go in. So we've got cubby, 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 glove box. And I think this might go in the glove box, but I'm not certain quite yet. So that looks good, dude. I'm happy with that. I think that looks really good. We got a working cup holder still. So we still need to finish attaching the dash to the dash bar, but I'm pretty happy with all that. I did get the Mako Motorsports insert ordered over there for the cluster. I have the Haltech IC7 ordered. I also got our trunk and wing ordered, all the connectors for our wire harness, the fender markers, door cards. I went the 6 overcrest door cards because I couldn't find any OEM ones, but you know, it's whatever, it's not the end of the world. Most of the interior panels are pretty much figured out and put back in their homes. The HVAC isn't actually hooked up, but it is just in there, so that way I can allocate hardware for it from the massive bin of parts that I have. What am I sitting on? Oh, I'm sitting on my ECU. Like I said, I wish that I could still order some of the stuff new, because a lot of the stuff is just like, it's just scuffed up and old, and that's just the way it goes. I really like that airbag delete though. I was talking to John over at Flatirons earlier about this, and I think the age of restoring and bringing to life old Subarus or doing swaps like this it's gonna be gone in probably 2 years. I don't think people are gonna be doing these swaps anymore, just for the sheer fact of parts availability. You're not gonna be able to. Like, I'm struggling to find some of the most basic of things. Like, I'm glad that I kept a lot of this, but it seems like if this is something that you wanna do, you almost need 2 of these cars to piece 3 technically, because you would need your shell that you're gonna turn into the RSTI. You would need your donor car, which would be like an 05, 06, 07, 04 STI. Then you would need a third 2-door, which would be your parts car. And this is mainly specific to 2-doors. I don't see these cars being a viable option for people to continue to do this to in the coming years, which sucks. It's such an iconic chassis. It's a 2-door, modeled after, and you can model them after the 22B, and they come out looking phenomenal and amazing, and you can put EJ 20s, 25, you can put whatever engine you want in them. I remember when these 2.5RS Coupes were $500, you could still buy all of these parts brand new. Come a couple years later, you can't get these parts anymore. It sucks. Like, even at the junkyard, even the parts that you may need that may not be in the best condition or the best shape. So it is a little sad. I wish Subaru would do something like Nissan did with their legacy program, where they would start bringing back a lot of these old parts for these cars, because I mean, I feel like if anyone would want to see their cars still on the road, it would be Subaru, especially their older ones. People trying to bring these things back to life. But you know, we'll see what happens. But if a legacy program or somebody doesn't start manufacturing a lot of these parts as remakes, I don't see these as viable swaps in the near future, which is going to drive these 2-door specific RSTI prices insane. It's going to drive them up the wall. But that's all we got on this one. I've just been talking too long at this point. Still solid progress. I wish our junkyard adventure would have went a little bit better, but it's whatever. At this point, I can't evade bodywork anymore. So we have the Lux Aero 22B style wing coming for this thing with the carbon blade, carbon trunk. So we're gonna paint match the trunk to the car. We're gonna paint match the wing to the car. Obviously leave the carbon blade carbon. It'll go nicely with our carbon fiber roof. But I think in the next video, bumpers. Let's focus, let's get the bumpers. At least we'll be able to see the actual car for the most part, pretty much all in color. We're gonna repaint the hood also. We're gonna do the hood, both the bumpers, and then all the little stuff I have on the back shelf back there. So with that, that's all I got for you guys on this one. With all the stuff we have coming for this thing, I am big hyped. Next video, we're gonna jump back on some body work, get some more paint work done, but until then, if you guys like the video, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that like button, turn it black, blue, green, yellow, purple, silver, cyan, whatever color it turns for you. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel and you want to be, I'll put it in one of these corners. No idea which one quite yet. But with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. So peace out, homies.